Exclusive cell phone video that shows a wild fight that happened at a local Chick-fil-A's drive-thru. You see here one woman pulling a gun on another woman. Channel 2's Tom Regan is live in southeast Atlanta. Tom, the two women eventually drove off, but the one who waved the gun is now in police custody.
Javita, things are back to normal at this Chick-fil-A off of Glenwood Avenue, but I tell you what a scene it was in the drive-thru lanes here during the breakfast rush hour this morning.
We run to the window, and there's a full-out brawl in the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A at 8:50 in the morning.
Wally Price had just sat down to breakfast as the melee broke out in the drive-thru lanes. It began when two women got out of their cars and went at each other. One pulled a gun and started waving it at the other woman's head.
Manager was yelling at the employees, "Get back, get back!"
Yeah, it was really jarring. I just, it kind of just shocked me. Yeah, it was really jarring. I just, it kind of just shocked me. Yeah, it was really jarring. I just, it kind of just shocked me.
Honey Shaw filmed the explosive showdown with her cell phone. The battle first between two women, and then others joined in.
And it looked like they kind of immediately locked the drive-in window, and I was really nervous when the man who was handing out the receipts walked up. I think I was like, oh, no, like, I don't know if he saw.
And what was that? Your money to get out. Before I call the law on you and forcefully remove you.
Employees told the woman to leave the restaurant, and they say the customer then used the N-word.
Hey, you in the wrong place saying the N-word, though.
If she said something that she regrets, it doesn't give a grown man the right to chase her into the parking lot as she's trying to leave the store and slam a 55-year-old grandmother down on the concrete.
That customer's attorney also sharing this x-ray and says she suffered 9 fractures, including 6 broken ribs and a broken knee.
When people think of Baltimore, crab cake may be the first food that comes to mind, but Chick-fil-A's original chicken sandwich is obviously very near and dear to Marylanders, too. The city consumed the 10th most original chicken sandwiches last year. That's according to Chick-fil-A.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Racha HaQuadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone. Shalom also to the elect. Peace to the elect. Shalom to you fellow laborers and you few sisters and families and so forth. Okay, I want to go in this video here. I was just yesterday going into a shopping center, and there was a Jake that cut me off. I don't know, it could have been the sister, so-called sister, Eve, cut me off to get into the Chick-fil-A line, okay? And that person cut me off, which, I got a pretty long truck, and it blocked part of the street. And by the street being blocked, people, began getting upset and hitting the horn, all because this guy needed to, or woman, I don't know who it was, needed to get into the line for the Chick-fil-A, okay? Which proves that, this place is demonic, okay? And the reason why I'm doing this video, because I said, well, you know what, let me let me take a look at the people in the cars, right? And they were all Israelites. It was maybe 90% Israelites, okay? All of them could have been. But I saw 2 Edomite-looking men, okay, and they didn't even stay in the line. They just got out. They said they didn't want to deal with that. People blowing horns and acting like fools, But I noticed it was the so-called black woman that was in the driver's seats, okay? And what I can't understand, you're in a pandemic, you're out of work, or if you are working, you're not working as much. You have no excuse not to go home and cook. We understand feminism has took the men out of the way, so you don't have a man to cook for. So you cook for your son or your daughter, okay? But you haven't done that either because you haven't been a good parent, okay? Because you was raising your children on chicken nuggets, okay? And chicken tenders, okay? This is why you have a generation of young men and women, okay, lined up in these Chick-fil-A's, okay? They don't know nothing about cooking. And there might be a few that do. I know there's brothers in the truth that do, I have no doubt. I'm talking about the 2/3. And these are old bottles either. Okay? They have lost the way. This is crazy. Okay, so you have these fights in these chicken sandwich shops for what they can go make themselves. It's a goddamn hamburger bun. You get some chicken patties, you put it in the oven, put some cheese on it, put some mayonnaise, relish, if that's what you like eating, and you can have your own Chick-fil-A. You know? Again, there's nothing wrong with every once in a while if you want a chicken sandwich, you want to go get yourself a chicken sandwich, okay? But this is a repetitive sickness. This is not just Chick-fil-A. This is McDonald's. This is Burger King. Every day, these women get off work. The first place you'll see them, 90% of the population, I'll say the so-called black woman, is in the Chick-fil-A or in McDonald's or Burger King or Popeyes. You name your spot. But meanwhile, it's Edo-looking woman. She flips out the camera and records, and it's just, you can see that you're a spectacle. Okay? Now, going back to this woman in the beginning who pulled the gun out, okay? You know something is wrong when somebody pulls a gun, put it into your head, and you keep coming. That is purely demonic. Somebody pull a gun out on me, I'm going to think twice, you know? But this woman pulls a gun, put it to the woman's forehead, and the woman just keep coming. Either both of these women are mentally deranged, they're sick, feminism has taken a hold, I don't know. But this is not a good look for 2/3, okay? And this is why the scriptures say what it says, okay? This is Jeremiah 14, and looks like, let's go to 11. Let's go to 10. Thus saith the Lord unto this people, they have loved to wander, they have not refrained their feet. Therefore the Lord doth not accept them, okay? He will now remember their iniquity and visit their sins, okay? Then said the Lord unto me, pray not for this people, for their good. Now this also represents the day that this is a product of Christianity, okay? They all in the Christian church. They all claim they love God. Then when it comes to those crab sandwiches, okay, and those abominable foods and a gluttony of their hearts, you know, now they're asking God to forgive them. They'll pull the guns out. They'll wave the guns around. They'll say all kind of wickedness. And then all of a sudden, you're supposed to pray for them. And this is the wickedness that they done back then. Doing wicked things and then make sacrifices or ask for forgiveness, knowing that what they're doing is wicked. Okay? And then the so-called grandmother, you know how they put the 55-year-old grandmother who said the N-word. You know, all these people are messed up, man. These guys call each other the N-word all day long, day and night, okay? But the Edo comes up and do it, then they're ready to fight. But then when we go out and prophesy and tell you who the devil is, and this is what's going on with the devil, then they step up and come against us and call us evil for hate. But meanwhile, they do nothing but push hate on you, Jake. Chick-fil-A, by the way, was set up by Jake. Got bought out just like Taco Bell, okay, was set up by Issachar. Taco Bell was a Taco Bell stand, okay. Edo bought them out and opened up a big chain of restaurants. That goes to Deuteronomy 28. You want to say we don't fit the curses. Thou shalt be the head, they should be the head, and you should be the tail. Goes on to say when they fast, which you know they ain't fasting. When they fast, I will not hear their cry, okay? Which means at this point when they pray, the Most High ain't hearing them, man. And when they offer burnt offerings and oblations, okay, and this is what they do, they get those chicken sandwiches. Some of them might give a prayer and pray, claim they praying to God, or they might have grace, but they don't even say grace anymore. They don't even know what grace is. Okay? That grace that they're setting up, that these Christians are praying, that's that grace that they're trying to say you under grace so you can eat any goddamn thing you want. When it's really about a temporary exemption of not knowing certain things. You know? Or you can't help certain things. For instance, you eat a chicken sandwich, it was cooked and laid up in pork grease. You know? But you can't help that. Goes on to say, I will not accept them, but I will consume them by the sword and by the famine and by the pestilence. And that brings me to the other statement. Okay? That brings me here. When we hear in the news that they slaughtered 61,000 chickens, right? And a famine is coming. Somehow, these Chick-fil-A's continue to get funded with chicken. So there's something going on. Either it's a planned famine, which we know it to be, or there's no famine at all, okay? Which we know the Lord said he was bringing famines. So when these Chick-fil-A sandwiches start shooting up to $10, guess who's going to be in line? Well, the title says it all. Who's going to be in line? And they're going to spend the money to get those chicken sandwiches, okay? And if they can't eat and they start they reset this economy with the microchip, guess what they're going to do? They're going to buy more chicken, okay? Here's another one, Jeremiah 15:2. And it shall come to pass, if they shall say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are the deaf to deaf, as such as for the sword to sword, and such as famine, as are the famine to the famine, and such as for the captivity to the captivity. So this is an extensive amount of famine, death, and captivity, okay? Which a lot of you, Jake, going to take that chip, man. And you Israelites who are not teaching that, you are in violation of being a prophet, okay? That's a main prophecy. 2nd Ezra 15:19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. And that's why you're going to see these big ass Jake fighting over those chicken nuggets, man, and chicken sandwiches, okay? These big, robust Jake fighting over those chicken sandwiches. This picture I got from Apostle Tahar. But this is why you see them up in those BJs. You see them in Walmart. You'll see them in line with their mothers and taking up the whole back seat, you know, and the Chick-fil-A lines. And then they had people out there taking orders in masks. This is crazy. They're handling your food, but you're supposed to be in this so-called pandemic. That's crazy. That's crazy. But shall destroy their houses with the sword, which is a gun, knife, whatever they got, and spoil their goods because of the lack of chicken sandwiches. I mean, salagi, of bread, which includes sandwiches, food. Bread just doesn't mean a loaf of bread or flour. This is talking about nourishment, food, okay? Because of lack of bread and for great tribulation, great suffering is going to come on you, Jake, man. Anyway, this is why it's important to stay spiritual. And these people ain't going to get it, man. These women, the regular so-called black woman, as you knew, is out of the door. That's why the Lord has to reboot the earth, okay, and bring in everyone right, and even Jake, okay, the men too, okay. These women are totally out of order, and a lot of you Jakes are, and a lot of you Jakes help the responsibility of that, okay. I witnessed Jake do that, you know. That's all I have on that. Shalom.